Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1985 movie A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. So this movie is directed by Jack Shoulder and written by David Chaskin, and in this one it follows Jesse Welsh, a teenager who is beginning to have reoccurring nightmares about Freddy Krueger after he moves into the house that Nancy Thompson lived in the first movie. And as the movie goes on, we find out Freddy is trying to possess Jesse and stuff in order to return to his human form. This movie is kind of a mixed bag for me. It's one that I've never really been a huge fan of, but there are a lot of things about it that I do like and everything, so there are things I like and don't like. I think Jesse is okay. Is an okay character. Yeah, I didn't really love him. I don't hate him either, but I don't love him and everything. But I do think that Mark Patton does a good job playing him and everything. I just think the character is okay. He's not like as memorable as Nancy or some of the characters that come around later in the franchise, but he's okay. And for being a final guy, I think that's pretty cool too and everything, although some people still consider him a scream queen since Mark Patton is gay, and there's a lot of homoerotic subtext in this movie. A lot of people even say that this is the gayest horror movie of all time, which I think is kind of amusing. But I will say that the rest of the cast are good too. Kim Myers is his girlfriend. Lisa is pretty good too, and the rest of the supporting cast are all fine in their roles. Robert Englund is once again great as Freddy. In fact, I think he's just as scary in this one as he was the first one and everything, and he doesn't really get as much credit for this movie because he's only in here for 13 minutes, but in those he makes those 13 minutes count, because whenever he's on screen he's just absolutely terrifying as Freddy, and this is one of the darkest portrayals of the character, and I just love that about it. And I love that whole pool sequence, although I do wish we would have got to see him kill more people in the pool sequence, but it's still really cool. And the scene when he comes out of Jesse's body in the nightmare and stuff to kill his friend is awesome too. Amazing special effects in those scenes, and this has some of the best special effects in the franchise personally to me. And I love Freddy's look too in this one, because he does look a little bit different in here, but I think he looks pretty cool and everything. But my biggest problem with the movie is the pacing. The movie is like very, very slow paced and kind of gets boring after a little bit. Like the movie's only an hour and 25 minutes and it feels like it's so much longer because it is so poorly paced, and that's really my biggest problem with the movie. Is it just isn't as fun and everything. It's got some really weird moments and stuff with some weird kills with the coach and stuff, and them smacking the coach on the butt with the wet towels and stuff. It's very weird, and like I said, there was a lot of homoerotic subtext in here, which it doesn't really bother me that they have it in the movie. It's just the movie itself is not super great. I think if the movie was better written, I would have enjoyed the movie a lot better. But I will say it does have some good things about it though, especially the special effects and Freddy. Freddy is awesome in this movie, so even though I don't think it's one of the best movies in the franchise, it's actually one of my least favorites, I still think it's watchable and everything, but it's not one that I like rewatching unless I'm doing a marathon. It'd be one of the last ones I'd go to if I was just picking a Freddy movie to randomly watch. Unless I'm doing like a group watch with friends or something, I wouldn't just randomly pick this movie. But, so I'd say I'd give A Nightmare on Elm Street A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 a 7 out of 10. Because it's good, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. It has its moments and everything. And also, I almost forgot to mention that dance scene with Jesse dancing and stuff is absolutely hilarious. Every time I watch it, it just cracks me up the way he shuts the drawer with his butt and everything, and he's holding the thing right by his private area when he's dancing. It's just really, really cringy, but it's also really hilarious too. But yeah, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so I think that Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is okay. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.